Uganda People's Defence Force Engineering Brigade is the construction arm of the Army with a mandate to carry out strategic infrastructural development during operations and peace times.
Yeah, I'm Brigadier General Engineer Besije Kunda, the Joint Staff Engineering of the Uganda People's Defence Forces. I was recently promoted from Brigade Commander to Joint Staff Engineering in order to properly oversee and supervise the numerous construction projects both within UPDF and the wider government. As you are aware, we are working on a presidential directive of constructing health infrastructure and schools. This directive was given in 2021 July, and we started these works in July 2022. So we are almost 2 years undertaking these projects. From July 2022, so far we are undertaking 354 projects worth 475 billion. The reason why the Engineers Brigade was brought in to undertake some of these government projects was the numerous complaints from the wananchi about delays in the completion of government projects and in instances of shoulder works done by some of the contractors. So one of the reasons was first of all to speed up construction and in a cost-effective manner, so that the projects which would cost a lot of money is to ensure that we carry out these works at a reduced cost. As I said, we are just 1 year down the road, and the projects which we are doing are all over Uganda. And of those 354, as I told you, 156 have been completed and handed off. The categories of these projects, number one, health infrastructure, are 290 projects. This involves upgrading of health center 2s to health center 3s and upgrading of health center 3s to health center 4s. Then number two are schools. We are undertaking 53 projects, and the main scope of works is construction of science laboratories and completing abandoned projects which had been abandoned by the previous contractors.
Due to public demand over shoddy work done by private contractors, the UPDF Civil Engineering Department stepped in at the request of the Commander-in-Chief, President Yoweri Museveni, to take on the challenge of engineering construction works. Museveni expressed frustration with the red tape and bureaucratic tendencies that often delay key government projects.
And of these Ministry of Education schools, the biggest and most famous one is Nambole Stadium, which has been completed and is now in use. You have watched so many soccer matches there, and it is a very, very good project, infrastructure project, which the government is proud of. Another project is the upgrading of Entebbe International Airport, where we completed the new passenger terminal before which was ready for the charm meeting that took place around January. There are other projects which we are supposed to undertake there, like the upgrading of the VIP runway, so that we have 2 runways for the airport in case, because now we have only 1, but we are going to upgrade to have 2 runways. Then we are supposed to construct a commercial, another terminal for the cargo center, and many other projects at the Entebbe International Airport. Those who have passed there can witness that the passenger terminal is of standard like those ones in Europe. Number 4, there are many districts now where we are constructing now district headquarters, offices, particularly those new districts where they don't have offices. So we are also undertaking projects in a number of districts for constructing their headquarters. So all in all, Engineers Brigade is doing very well. And this can show that government itself can be able to undertake to offer services without going to forming parastatals or government entities, because this one is a government department under the Ministry of Defense, and it has been able to do works in a short time more than even all these contractors or even these other MODs that people are singing about. So, if, for example, like Ministry of Works can have also an engineering department to do works by direct labor, Ministry of Education also having another department, you find that in the long run, government is able to offer services in-house at a cheaper price. So this, I think, has indicated that this is a very good way to go. So it is up to the rest of government ministries to also use this idea of Engineers Brigade.
The brigade, which was recently given a task to implement construction of government health centers and schools, among others, has 2 main mandates. One of the mandates is Combat Engineering Department, which supports war-fighting forces in terms of mobility, and Civil Engineering Department, which deals with infrastructural development.
The projects which have been completed, like now, if you look at the schools, which did not have laboratories, science laboratories, they have increased the number of students undertaking science subjects. And in the near future, the performance for sciences in secondary schools is going to improve because of getting modern laboratories. The upgrading of health center 3s to health center 4s is involving constructing of new theaters, operating theaters and wards. Now, this means that instead of patients going to the regional referral hospitals, all their cases will be managed at the health center 4s because of the infrastructure for theaters and maternity wards. This will obviously improve on the women delivering safely at near their homes instead of walking long distances. Then health center 2 to health center 3s. The health center 3s also have got maternity wards. So, in terms of health care, this is going to be improved in the health care of the people, and particularly the women. Then on the Entebbe International Airport, but obviously if the international airport Entebbe is upgraded, the number of passengers will increase, the number of aircrafts coming in will increase. That is increased revenue to the country. It will also improve the exports. So this will improve the economy. The number airport, the stadium that you have seen, we are now hosting international matches. It was certified by CAF. You have seen other countries coming to play here. That is revenue. That improves tourism, because these people, when they come, they spend money here. So tourism will increase. Where we're losing money by going to play outside, before nobody was completed, Uganda Koreans would have to go to other countries to train from there. Imagine going to train from another country, and that is money lost. So all these number, this Entebbe Airport, improve tourism.
Ever since the Updf Engineering Brigade was brought on board to undertake government projects, government has saved almost 50 billion shillings that was previously lost through fake procurement processes and time consumed through offering of kickbacks.
The issue of timely completion, as you saw, we did it in 1 year, record 1 year. That terminal building at Entebbe Airport, we did it in 6 months. It had been abandoned. We did it in 6 months. So the objective of timely completion and quality works has been achieved. That's why we are getting more works, because when we started in 2022, we had 165 projects. Now, you can see after 2 years, the number has doubled, has increased by more than 100%. That implies the trust of the entities in giving us more work. Otherwise, if we were not completing, they wouldn't be getting more work. Because I remember those 156 projects were worth about 120 billion. But you can see now, the value of the works has increased by more than 400%. This now indicates confidence that is being put in the Uganda People's Defense Engineers Brigade and UPDF as a whole. I am seeing the Engineers Brigade in the near future going into very, very big projects. Because as you can see, the value, we started with very, very small projects with the value of about 10 million. But now we are seeing values of very big projects, very, very big infrastructure projects. So one of the challenges we have been facing is delays in releasing funds from those entities, and it is affecting completion time and sometimes price fluctuation of materials. So it's a problem because not all money can be got in one quarter, but if it is possible, the entities to release the money in time so that we finish in time. Number two is in some projects there have been land disputes. Land disputes, you find that you undertake a project where there are already land disputes in that area. For example, we have had land disputes in Nambole where people had encroached on the land, and in the due process of recovering the land, you find that people are resisting. Recently, there was a land dispute in the Jinja Referral Hospital with the neighbors, the land for the hospital, and part of the boundary wall had been demolished. So, like Nambole, we recovered all the land, fenced it off. In Jinja, we remember you saw the Minister of Health negotiating with the Muslim community to ensure that to resolve that dispute. So there is that challenge, and sometimes we have been involved in the people almost fighting us. Going forward, we would want really not to be involved in land wrangles. The entities should give us projects with free land, free of encumbrances. The area we want to go in is now road infrastructure. Because road infrastructure, that's where government, the performance of road infrastructure is not very good. We see roads taking a very long time to complete, and most of the roads being done by foreigners, where there is a lot of capital flight. They are taking away all the money, they are taking away all the jobs. You see Chinese companies, they bring even the drivers. So the future of Engineers Brigade is now to diversify from buildings to roads and railway infrastructure, because this is where I'm seeing very, very poor performance in that. For example, you go to Kampala, there are some projects, there are roads where a whole year, even if tamaking for just 2 kilometers, you see that the performance is very, very low. That's why I'm calling upon the government that you give us equipment, because with the roads they need a lot of equipment. But if we get that equipment, we are ready, because we have a school which trains our personnel in roads and railways, and we have been doing this for the last 10 years. So within our unit, we have got personnel who have experience in roads and railways. The only problem is equipment.
Under People's Defense Forces, Engineering Brigade is undertaking major infrastructural development projects of government.
The future of the brigade, as you can see, the projects are increasing day by day, is to expand the brigade to a division. A division is a formation which is higher than the brigade. In other words, if it is a division, we should be able to have about 10,000 personnel, because currently we have 3,400, 3,500, which personnel is very, very inadequate, bearing in mind the volume of work we are doing. So if the brigade can be upgraded to a division, and even in the future, a corps of engineers, or having more divisions, can have even 3 divisions of engineers. But for now, if we can upgrade to division, so I want to appeal to Fund CDF, His Excellency the President, you upgrade this brigade to division. Now, when it is upgraded to a division, it now will require more manpower.
Uganda People's Defense Forces leadership are appreciative of the wisdom and the guidance of President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for entrusting the engineering brigade with mega projects that reduced construction costs, time and quality by providing patriotic skilled labor force compared to private contractors whose mission is self-aggrandizement other than developing the country.
Imagine doing all these projects, almost 400, and you have not experienced the theft, even one bag of cement. That means the cooperation of the Wananchi has been very. So we want to make sure that we want to appeal to the people to keep cooperating, because these are your infrastructure. Then we want also to appeal to the end users there, the headmasters, the medical officers who are using this infrastructure. Please, these are your buildings. Ensure that you keep them very well, because if the building, for example, if the school building is not maintained well and starts leaking because of vandalism, it is you who is going to lose. And even the general public there, make sure that you put pressure on the administrators of these schools and hospitals to ensure that they maintain these facilities, because it is easy to get those facilities, and it is easy to run them down. And you, the Wananchi, at the end of the day, you are the losers. Let's have the spirit of ownership of these government projects. Finally, lastly, I want to thank very much His Excellency the President of Uganda, who gave us this opportunity to undertake government projects. This has, apart from doing those works, it has given experience to our personnel as individuals, and the Updf Engineers Brigade has developed capacity in terms of experience to undertake the projects. Otherwise, we would have remained not experienced enough. Number 2 is we want to thank the Chief of Defense Forces and the Ministry of Defense for the numerous support, because without their support we wouldn't have done all this. So I want to thank them very much. I want also to thank the ministries, departments and agencies which we are working with. They are supporting us very well by giving us the resources and the supervision, because we can't supervise ourselves. Their supervision is the one which has enabled us to perform the projects we are doing. And we want to thank the entire government